Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and in this video we are going to go over a CGC return. Got a lot of cards that come back from some of those trips that my wife and I had made for date night. So we're going to start off with this Charizard EX Dragon 7.5. Not too bad. I think what mainly held this one back, there is a little bit of a dent there on the top left. You can kind of see that there. So this one could have went a decent amount lower, but maybe it didn't because the rest of the card is pretty clean. It presents very well. You can't really see the dent too hard from the front side, but it is certainly there. All right, next up we have Gyarados. Picked this one up at Hidden Block Games. I want to say when I picked it up raw, we had based it off of, like, we think it's about an 8, but it's raw, so it's like a percentage of what the value was there. I can't remember exactly how much that I had paid for it, but if you look at it, it's a very clean card, so I'm definitely happy that I went ahead and bought this one. I think that there's some room for some value there. Got a Wailord EX again. A lot of these cards here in the beginning are going to be cards that I picked up raw, and I just took a chance, went ahead and graded them. So Wailord, very first card to get 200 HP. This one right here in Generation 3. It was a pretty big card, pretty big deal for a while. I don't think people really care that much now, but I still remember it, so it's very nostalgic to me. Picked this one up off of a customer. He had considered just selling it outright to me or putting it in an auction, and I went ahead and bought it. The 8, yeah, I know here, like looking at it on camera, it looks super clean, but I think when I had assessed it, I was not expecting it to get an 8. Maybe I've just gotten a little harsh, but like you can see a little white dot here, a little white dot there. It might be tough to see, but I was thinking it was going to be a 6 or a 7, so I am really happy that this one pulled out the 8. Here we have a Charizard base set, 7.5. You can see it's got whitening across the top there, so I would imagine that's why that one had went that way. This Blastoise I picked up from another local card shop. I can't remember the name of it, but I think we had based the price on close to near mint pricing, and I want to say I paid like 80 or 90 bucks for it. This Rocket's Entei, I had posted on Instagram. I had bought it alongside with the Legendary Collection Reverse Holo Dark Raichu, and I was like, which one would you choose? A lot of people picked the Dark Raichu, but I think I can't remember the price that we had based this one on, but getting an 8, I think I'm okay. I'm gonna do all right. Got a Charmeleon here, Fire Red, Leaf Green, and a 9. I have no idea where that one come from. We have a Charizard EX. A lot of these Charizards that I had picked up at Card Party or Collecticon, one of the two, I can't remember which one. If they were like, I thought they had a shot at PSA 10, I went ahead and sent them to PSA. If I thought they had a shot at Pristine 10 or that they didn't have a shot at PSA 10, I went ahead and sent them to CGC. So this is probably one of those ones that was not up there. Here we have a Pikachu EX 8.5. A lot of these modern cards that don't get 10, you're probably going to lose out on, but I like the artwork, so I took a chance on a lot of these. Here we have a Bubble Mew in a 9. This card was given to me from Hidden Block Games. I bought a bunch of other stuff. He didn't really know how to price that, and he was like, here, you can just take it. And it's kind of cool. Got a nice big bubble over its name, so you can't even see that it's Magikarp. Butterfree VMAX Pristine 10. I'd bought 2 of those, $5 a piece from like the bulk VMAX binder at Hidden Block. There's a Volcanion EX, another one of those. Here we have a 10 on the Charizard EX. So this is probably one that I might have thought had a shot at Pristine 10, but didn't pull it. There's a Blaziken VMAX Pristine, nice. This Articuno, I could have swore would have been a lot. Like, I'm not sure what hit on this one to make it an 8.5, because I thought it was well centered. Was good condition. So there aren't many cards on here that I really disagree with the grade, but that was one of them I'm probably going to look back on. Here we have an Espeon EX from Prismatic Evolutions, little OC there. Really love the Alakazam and the artwork that's in this specific card. I want to say they were about 40 bucks at the time that I bought that, and I'm hoping that I can eventually get a Pristine 10 on the English side. Another VMAX for the Blaziken. Got a Tinkaton. I think this might have been one of my wife's or my child Sarah's cards, but I don't know. Maybe I did buy that one. Got a Flareon EX Prismatic Evolution. Still not. I've got a 9 and 8.5 on those 2 that I bought so far. Was really hoping for a 10 on one of those cards. Got a 10 on the Venusaur. I was buying those when they were like $7 a piece, I believe. There's a Pikachu EX. Got a Genesect V. Charizard. As you can see, I've gotten a few Pristines, a few 10s, but overall I haven't done very well on this submission. I'd say some of those early cards that I had there, those did pretty well, like the 7.5s and the 8s. I don't expect to get too high of grades on some of the vintage stuff, especially when I'm finding it at card shops. Let's see what else do we have here in this bulk CGC submission return. Got a Leafeon V-Star. There we go. Nice Radiant Collection Charizard. Like, this is a big L. This card isn't that expensive, but I really like the Arcanine. I like the Gyarados as well. However, you know, they've always been kind of cheap. And when you pull an 8.5 on it for a card that should be fairly easy to grade and it's not that expensive, you're not doing very good. There's another 8.5. So far, we haven't gotten above a 9 yet on any of the Prismatic Evolution Special Illustration rares. I want to say this card was like $2. So I was like, Hoopa EX, let me take a chance on it. You know, if I get a 10, I'll probably make a few dollars. Anything less, you know, I might lose a few dollars, but, you know, nothing too crazy. Here's one of those Flareon EXs. If you guys remember, I had 2 of these that I picked up from Hidden Block Games for $60 a piece. My wife kept one, and then I graded this one. So Mint 9, really nice. Ethan's Adventure, I want to say I opened up at Card Party during the Creator Tournament. So for more than a 9, but still pretty cool looking card. Got the Deoxys VMAX, Rotom V, Pikachu EX. Nice card there with the Roaring Moon. Pulled the Gem Mint 10. Not the pristine. I still want to see some pristines, but haven't seen too many of those yet. There's another Alakazam. Pulled the 8. Wattrell, pristine 10. There we go. Got the Mew EX. I really liked. I don't know what it is about this Rainbow Rare. I just think that I don't know. Just the Mew pops so well that I like it. I would love to get that one in pristine. Inteleon VMAX got an Alt-Art, pristine 10. Venusaur from Celebrations, pristine 10. Look at that. 3 in a row. Salamence EX. Got the special illustration rare. Screamtail. Grades are looking a little bit better now. Got the Umbreon V, pristine 10. There's an Alakazam. We had an 8 and 9 previously, so pulled the 10 there. Meowscarada. And then we have a Butterfree VMAX. The last one I did have a pristine 10 on. And I'm not showing you guys all of the cards. There are some cards that I had a lot of, I want to say I graded a bunch more of those Gengar Tricker Trades because those were getting pretty hot. I was running out of the 10s. And so I'm not even showing some of those, but I did pull a few pristines out of them, so that was nice. There's another Charizard EX from 151. I didn't do very well in those. What was that? 8, 9, 8.5, and a 10. So there's a Sylveon V with the 10. Got the Lugia V-Star. That's a dud. Mewtwo GX. I think that was one we pulled. Here we have a Cliffa and a 9. Reshiram and Charizard. Got the gold and the one from Broken Bonds 10, 10. And then the regular holo 8.5. So kind of went downhill there. Nice pristine there. Got a 10 on the Squirtle. This one I got from Java. I want to say I picked it up for like $660, something like that. I want to say that when we looked at it, the condition was good, but the centering was slightly off, so that's probably what kept it from getting the pristine 10. Maybe next time. Maybe I'll send in another one of those because the pristine definitely does very well. Here we have another Cliffa. Pulled the 10 on that one. 10 on the Jelly Scent. Like if this had been anything other than pristine 10, probably would have been a loss. All right, we got Whimsicott EX. We have the Mewtwo. There's a Nidoran. These Shadowless cards all come from the Shadowless theme decks. You know, you guys have seen me open up those kind of over time here and there. I'm not showing you all of the grades. I'm just showing you the best grades. So, like, this is my best Arcanine. I got a 10 on one of them. Same thing with the Charmander. I'm not showing you the 8s, the 9s. I don't think I had anything below an 8 this time, so that's pretty good. Last, there's Braviary. And if you don't see the card at all, it's because that means I didn't even get a 10. I didn't show anything that was less than a 10. There's Hydreigon EX, Reuniclus. This was pretty good. This come from one of the starter decks that I'd opened up, the Shadow starter decks. I would love to see a 10 or a pristine 10 would be amazing, but 9.5, that's still a very solid grade for a first edition Shadowless Holo. Regigigas, Swablu, got Pikachu. And if you guys remember, this is one of the cards I had my daughter, Emma, going around trying to find. Well, I guess Sarah, too, was looking for them. But I think she was paying I would pay her $12. So if she could get them for 10, she could earn $2. And I submitted, I'd probably say 10 or 15 of them. I had a few Gem Mint 10s. Most were 8 to 9.5. And then I did have this pristine here. I don't think I had more than one pristine, but did at least get the one. So that was nice, and sticking it back in the collection. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. That was most of the bulk return, or at least the cards that were on the bulk return for this month's CGC submission. A lot of these cards will be going up for auction if you have interest in them, but otherwise you can always send me a message if you want, if you don't see it up online and you want to try to buy it. But appreciate you guys sticking it out while I'm not supplying that many videos, but I should have more coming out very soon. Thank you.